Hey, good morning, everybody. Oh, my voice is a little out today. Yes, I was yelling at the Texans yesterday. So I'm not surprised that my voice is a little out. But welcome to the Ask Terry show, right? I am Terry with Gateway 2 Counseling. Thank you guys for joining me. Today I want to talk a little bit about the topic of really like the holidays, right? Like, I want this, although I already have that. We can fill in what that is. We can say, I have this great car, but I want that car, right? Um, we can even go as far as saying, I have this husband, but I want that husband, right? Um, or I have this wife, but I want that skinny model, right? So, where does that come from? Where does it come from that we already have so much in our lives, and yet we don't see that we have? We see what's missing. I would say that it's about mindset. You guys know, I always go back to mindset. But think about this. We live in a society where I'll give you guys an example. When I was married, my husband said, Terry, I really want this big TV, right? It was like one of the newer models of the big screen TVs. And he said, it can do everything. It can do this, and this, and this. And we'll never have to buy another TV. That was back in 2000. And we did. We went out, we spent the money, we got two of them. And I remember within maybe a couple of years, maybe, a newer model had come out. And then another one, and another one, and another one. And now we have the flat screens, and now we have the flat screens that curve, and we have that they hook up to Wi-Fi, and they can go to YouTube, and all these wonderful things. And now they're voice controlled, and they can answer your phone calls, and you can do research on them. I mean, it's just crazy what a TV can do. And I will tell you that I still have that one from 2000 that does extremely well. I did buy a flat screen. I have flat screens everywhere else in the house, but that one stays downstairs because the flat screen that I purchased went out within 2 years. Like, how is that? My one downstairs is going on 20 years old. And it still shows really well. So this is the society that we live in, where we think we're getting something that we want, and then marketing comes out and says, oh no, sister girl, there's something even better. And so we are conditioned to believe that what we have today is phenomenal, but something even better is going to come out. I'll give you another example. I have a laptop that I've had for a long time, and it works really well. I don't use it a lot. I use it mainly when I'm traveling, and it's a really good laptop. I'll be honest, it's a perfect size, the keyboard, everything. I love it. I love about it. What I don't like about it is that it's heavy, like really, really heavy. And so when I'm traveling, I don't check bags in. I carry everything on. And so that gets to be a little heavy, right? So the new Surface Pro came out not long ago. October 19th came the newest model. And I spoke with some friends, and they said how wonderful it was. It was at a really good price. What did I do? I know I hadn't gotten a laptop in years, but I went out and got that Surface Pro because it's lightweight and it can still do everything that my laptop could do, right? And even more, of course. So we are conditioned, even me, to go out and get, I have this. I have a perfectly good laptop that has no problems. Now, I will say this. I was able to give it to my nephew because he did not have a laptop. and he's in school, he's in college. And so it worked out perfectly. He doesn't have to use my desktop, which is for business. He can use the laptop. So I just gave him that, and I went and got the Surface Pro. So, but we are conditioned to always be looking for something new and better. I gave the example earlier about, okay, I have this wife, but I want that skinny model over there, right? And in our minds, we think what we see is going to be better. But if you're in technology, you know it's not always better, right? I don't do the upgrades on my desktop because it makes it slower. It causes problems. I am convinced that cell phones, they send you these upgrades, and I think it actually hurts your phone. People have talked about that for a while now. So, but there are people who go out every time something newer comes out and they get it. They're standing in line for hours. We are conditioned in our life to do that, not just with the things we possess, but with the people around us. We think that newer is going to be better. We think, oh, if I'm having problems with this person over here, I can just go out and get something better. We don't do that with our children, thank heavens. But we do that with our spouses. We do that with our, boyfriends and girlfriends or whatever. We do that with our friends. We think, oh, well, this friend is not being the type of friend that I want. I'm just going to go out and get a new, better friend, even though maybe you've been friends with that person for 18 years, right? It doesn't work that way, guys. I mean, relationships are important. We were at the Texans game on yesterday, and we were talking about the fact of how bad the Texans are doing and how they set us up every year. But I believe that we don't take the time to develop talent. We don't take the time to develop our relationships with people to make them more loyal, right? To have a more trustworthy relationship. And we forget that all relationships go through ups and downs. And so we can't just exchange it in like we can a cell phone or a laptop. It's a relationship. It's not a possession. I would encourage you that the next time you're thinking like that, the next time you're thinking you want to upgrade, that you consider what is it that you're really gaining compared to what you're losing, right? I actually last year went and bought a new flat screen TV for my downstairs. I was finally gonna give my old one away, and guess what? I got it out the box. I hooked it up. I went through all that, and the thing wouldn't work. And it was on a Saturday. It was football, and I wanted to enjoy the games. So what did I do? I put it back in the box. I plugged up the old one that I've had now for 19 years, and I brought the old one back. And I was like, wow, my old one worked better than that new one did. And I don't know what was going on with it. They couldn't figure it out at the store. And they were like, well, just send it back to the manufacturer. No, I wanted it today. If I was going to go through the trouble of paying for it, I wanted it then. So now I've just settled with, I'm going to keep this one until it goes out. I was actually going to give it away to a family member, but they haven't come to get it. So, okay. My point is, take the time, guys, to really consider why you want something new, better, or different. Is it really time? There are things that they just break, and it's time. When I went and got my new car a couple of months ago, it was time. My old one, it was getting up in miles because I put a lot of miles on my car. And I knew I was going to start to have those problems because I always do. So I know the time, I know the miles that the car can sustain before I need to turn it in. But our relationships are not like that. Relationships are better the more miles you put on it. I heard someone say, the grass is greener on the other side because they're watering their grass and you're not. I love that. I love that. If you're not taking care of your relationships, then yeah, something else is going to look better, right? It's that way in marriages. You know, you see this couple and they're really, really happy, whatever, they're laughing, they're enjoying each other, and you think, I want that. Well, why do they have that? Do they have that because they're working on it every single day? Whereas you barely even say good morning to your spouse when you wake up. You know, this couple, they're taking each other out to eat, and they're cooking for each other, and they're waiting on each other, and they're speaking loving words to each other. Are you doing that in your relationship? I don't know. One of my friends says, you know, she and I, we talk a lot. We go sometimes a couple of weeks we don't talk. But then when we miss each other, we pick up the phone and we call each other and we talk. It's not texting. It's not messaging. It's not, oh, hey, on Facebook. It's picking up the phone. And sometimes we both are really, really busy. But hey, I got an extra 10 minutes here. Let's go ahead and talk, you know, and see what's going on and catch up with one another. So what I will say to you is you need to do the same in your relationships, okay? Alrighty. I will see you guys on tomorrow. Bye.